What up guys, welcome to Chef Vic, and today it's finally came to show you guys my cool recipe for you guys, a tamales. Nah, didn't feel that one.
Take two.
What up guys, welcome to Chef Vic, and today I'm going to show you guys a cool recipe of how to make tamales. They finally came, I finally got the chance to show you guys a cool way to make tamales, so let's get started.
Somos iguales, los hombres y los animales, y aunque muchos no lo crean y no se diga en la calle, por dentro todas las casas están hechas de lo mismo. ¿Para qué seguir peleando? ¿Para qué tanto egoísmo? Ha llegado el tiempo de reflexionar, de echar la mentira y sacar la maldad, sacarla de adentro.
Alright guys, the first thing I want to do though is start off with the husk. These are corn husks. You guys want to soak these as pretty much a long time. I recommend at least 3 hours to 5 hours the best. You guys are going to make them throughout the day, and I'm having trouble opening this bag, by the way, as you can see. But what you want to do is soak these guys up in the morning. I would. You guys are going to make tamales that day. Just soak them up. I got these at grocery store. You can find them at your local Mexican grocery store as well. But these are pretty easy to find. Just make sure, of course, they're not having all kinds of stuff on them. If you've seen like brown spots or like little burn marks, toss them. But most part, just soak them in very hot water for 3 to 5 hours maximum. That get them nice and soft, more easy to apply the masa part to it. And yeah, just put them in a large container. Recommend, of course, to put something, because you want to submerge in hot water. So either once like 20 minutes or so, or 30 minutes to kind of toss them in the water, or put a weight on them. And these are dirty, so make sure to wash them. Rare wash them. See, these that I'm talking about. You gotta keep an eye on those marks here. These ain't bad. Some of them, just want to keep an eye on them. You gotta really weed through like this, and I just got a bad batch. I just want to kill myself right now. But just keep an eye on that, soak them, and yeah, I'll get back to you guys out there. I just yell at myself for not picking the right husk. To this, I'm gonna add a little salt to it. Be generous with the salt. You guys want to be generous with it because this is a big and thick cut. The type of roast I'm using is chuck. Has good fat content, so you really want nice coating of salt. Next up, you want onion powder. Be generous with the seasoning. Then chili powder. Season it up. I gotta go a little light on chili powder just because we're gonna add this to a chili sauce for the beef tamales. Then we're gonna add some garlic powder. And then once we're done seasoning it, we're gonna give it a good sear and then put it in a roasting pan, and that's where we're gonna slow cook the roast. Now, dry Mexican oregano, just a little bit. This one I'm gonna kind of put on one side of it, like so, and fresh cracked pepper, like so. And then we're gonna pan sear this to get that beautiful crust, and then I'm gonna throw it onto a roasting pan, cover with foil, and roast the oven to nice and tender. That takes roughly around 2.5 to 3.5 hours till tender. Alright guys, so we're pan frying the delicious chuck roast in the cast iron, get ripping hot. You want it hot to develop that beautiful crust we all love and looking forward for a delicious roast here. Once you flip it, cook on the side, give that good hard sear. You really want to roast this up. And then we don't want to waste that delicious yum yums all over the pan, so deglaze it with 2 cups of vegetable broth and scrape the bottom. You want to make sure you give all that stuff up because it has an added flavor to your broth. Next up, you're going to pour that broth over your roast in a pan, wrap it up in foil, and place in the oven for 325 degrees. Now you're going to bake this roast for 2.5 to 3.5 hours. The 2.5 hours mark you want to check, and then of course needs more time and just cook it to dinner. Now right here, these corn husks I have were already soft, but I'm going to show you guys we need to have more on the drier corn husks. Use boiling hot water. It speeds up the process just a tad, and soak these guys as long as you can. It really does help. Now right here I got some chilies right here. I'm de-seeding and de-stemming. These are guajillo chilies, California chilies, and New Mexico chilies. This is my go-to blend of chilies I could use. And again, guys, the ultimate amount of these ingredients will be down below in the description. Make sure to check them out because also too, I got area that you guys can find these chilies if you can't find them. So this is how you pretty much the standard. Use a scissors or a knife. Just be careful of the knife, and then just scrape the seeds and the stem as best you can. Just keep in mind, you want it spicy, keep the seeds. Then right here I got like about a tablespoon or so of black peppercorns. It adds a delicious peppery flavor to the sauce. And right here I'm gonna add some delicious Mexico oregano. Make sure it's the Mexico oregano. This stuff is pretty easy to find in most stores, but again, if not, regular oregano is just fine. So right here I'm getting some cumin seeds. You can use that as well. Keep in mind, quick note here, of the cumin and black peppercorns, you could use the pre-grinded spice if you want. Especially you can't find the whole seeds and the whole peppercorns. That's perfectly fine. You can use the pre-grinded one. That's okay. Just skip this then, and just toast your spices, and that'll be the same difference as this. Now I'm adding some Mexican saffron. This one's gonna be a little kind of specialty side, so this is totally optional for this recipe. But I'm gonna again check in my description. I will guide you guys where you can find these at, and it's quite delicious. It has its own unique flavor. Right here I'm using a whole cinnamon stick. Gives that beautiful cinnamony flavor and really heightens up the sauce. So right now you want to heat up the pan slightly, not overly hot. And next up you're gonna add your spices to the pan. You want to toast these guys like normally. This is the secret to most of the Mexican recipes. You gotta toast your spice awaken to wake up you guys' spices. This is the best way to really bring out all this deliciousness flavors into your sauce. So toast them till you smell and take them off the heat, and then afterwards you guys are gonna place them in a spice grinder. Again, this is totally optional. You can use a pestle or mortar if you have that, or if not, again, you can always get the pre-grinded or this spice grinder. I'm gonna put all this kind of stuff I use equipment wise. If you guys are interested, just check my description below again. And yeah, stuff comes really handy. I have one for coffee, of course, and one for the spices. So once it's all pre-grinded right here, that's how it looks. Some of the stuff that has little chunks, but not too concerning because I'm gonna blend the sauce up. Alright guys, so I prepped the chilies. You saw me roasting the spices and blending them up. Now if you don't have a spice grinder, that's okay. You can also use pre-ground seasoning like the cumin, pepper. You use ground pepper and stuff like that. And you can all get all pre-ground if you guys want. I would just suggest just toast them on a pan, same way, and then set them aside after you're done toasting. So I'm gonna cut white onion, one whole one. Now if it's big, because there's some big onions out there, use half. Unless you really want onion, like hot onions in there, but I suggest using half. This is like a medium-sized white onion. So we're gonna cut that in half. And we're gonna give it a rough chop. The reason why is that because we're gonna blend the sauce up. So this don't need to do the little fancy small cuts. Just a nice rough chunky cuts of onion. And it's gonna require a lot of garlic, so not a lot, but it's kind of a lot. It's roughly about 8 cloves of garlic. I leave those garlics whole just because, again, we're gonna blend them up in the blender, so you don't have to really worry about too much of like cutting in small dice and stuff like that. There's pre-peeled garlics out there, so just in case you guys want to use that. Suggest though they don't last as long, so I always try and get the cloves that are already, smash them up. So there, looks like so. So we're gonna saute these vegetables up in a little bit of oil in a pot, and after that, we're gonna start roasting the chilies. We're gonna roast the chilies. Now, to the point of when you roast your chilies, just be careful not to burn them. You just want to roast them till you start to smell them. Once you start smelling them, smell like the roasted chilies and stuff like that, that's when to take off the heat. That's kind of like their own way to tell you they're pretty much done roasting. So,
alright guys, so we're gonna get a pan again and I'm gonna toast these chilies up. Again, you gotta be careful not to burn them. The best way to know you guys are burning the chilies if the pan is really hot. You start seeing kind of score marks, kind of like burnt char marks onto your chilies. They would be very noticeable, by the way. That would add kind of bitterness to your sauce. It will not make it pleasant. So you gotta be careful of that. The only way you could do that is like char your chilies for a sauce. That'd be some type of mole. Mole will require for those kind of char marks for your sauce and stuff like that. So you just gotta be careful right here. Here's a little example. I don't know if the camera, you can see on the camera didn't focus well on that, but it's like little spots of char. That's okay, that little bit char, but I'm just talking about like deep char marks, like normally burnt. You don't want that in your type of sauce. So you're gonna get a nice pot, and then you're gonna add a couple tablespoons or so of vegetable oil, and then you're gonna add your onions and garlic. Now note to self, we did not chop the garlic because I don't want to burn. And also too, I'm just gonna blend this guys up to a sauce, so it doesn't really matter. Add some salt to it to taste, of course, to your onions and garlic, get them going. Saute this up to nice soft or translucent, and from there you're gonna see we're gonna add those chilies into this mixture. So right here, so saute up your chilies. Again, this would not burn them as well, but it will get them going and really awakening up those flavors of the chilies. And from here we're gonna add those ground spice mix. You're gonna add your seasoning there, and then get them going again. Right here, I'm adding vegetable broth, 2 bay leaves. I'm using the rest of it because I didn't want to waste it. And then from that's probably like 2 cups left over from previous of the other stuff. So I'm adding 2 more chicken stock this time. So it'll be vegetable stock and chicken stock to the sauce. So right here, just simmer away till the chilies are nice and tender. So once the chilies are nice and tender, you guys are gonna lift the lid. Smell this beautiful, beautiful flavors. I mean, oh my god, it smells so good. I really wish they make those smell-o-vision. So you're gonna take your bay leaves off. Always remember the count of bay leaves you have, so you don't forget about them. I take them out. I know I'm gonna probably strain it, but still, just in case. I just want to make sure they're out. They did their part. They did their job. So put all the ingredients into the blender and blend till smooth. So once you guys blend your smooth sauce, you're gonna get ready to strain. Now, note to self: make sure your blender works well. I strain mine just because I like to make sure it's nice smooth sauce. But if you have like a Vitamix that blends like even rocks smooth, you'll be fine. You may not even have to blend. But my blender not quite as powerful, but it does the job done. So just blend it to smooth and then get ready to strain. So I'm gonna show you guys a little trick of straining it right now. I think I'm talking too fast in the video. But anyways, here's a really cool trick. Once you put your sauce into the strainer like this, and then you're gonna get a ladle, and using the ladle like circling motions, that will make it strain faster than using like a spoon or spatula. This method works so much quicker. I use it at my job, so it really saves you some time. So I highly recommend doing this method using a ladle to really do little circle motions. It gets it done as you see right now. Awesome. Just throw it away after you get straining. Just throw away the skins of the chilies and anything else, and set to the side for the delicious roast that you begin to see. Alright guys, so once the delicious chuck roast is out of the oven, or is done and tender, you're gonna take it out, and I want to show you guys the deliciousness this thing is. So remove the foil, and wow, I just want to take a bite of it. But let it rest for a couple seconds so you guys can handle to shred it. Once you guys shredded the beef, you're gonna toss it into your sauce, give it a good mix first, and guess what? I think you guys kind of see it. Is that I'm gonna get those delicious drippings and flavor of that broth is right there, and I'm gonna pour it right into the sauce. That will mix the sauce, you guys. You guys will not be disappointed. Look at that flavor right there. That's like to Flavor Town heaven in liquid form. But anyways, you guys, you're gonna toss those juices in, stir it well, and set it aside, and to get ready to make the masa for your tamales. But I guess you guys, you can save the sauce and pour it right on top of tamales, or even put it right on top of fried eggs. It'd be delicious. Maybe that'll be it for our next video. So where I'm making the masa, guys, I'm going to show you this way. This is a tamale kind of mix right here. You can get this in most stores. I was going to show you guys how to make fresh masa, but I'm still kind of learning how to make the masa from scratch. Or you get your local masa from your local grocery Mexican grocery store as well. But right here I'm using about 560 grams of this tamale mix. I'm just weighing it right now. And then right here we're adding some salt and some baking powder to this mix, and then we're gonna mix it a little more, and then we're gonna add about 325 grams of chicken stock. You want to do the set first to get the masa going. You're gonna pour the stock right into your mix, and then you're gonna massage that chicken stock inside the mix. I really wish I could show you guys how to make it from scratch, but I'm learning right now. I'm doing baby steps, so a new video might come, not soon but later on this year, of how to make corn tortillas from scratch. I mean, like from the corns and everything. But what you want to do, guys, with this though, you gotta mix it all up really well at first. I'm sorry about that, guys. At first it's gonna be kind of wet, but more you mix and keep mixing, just be patient with it, they will start to get stiffer into kind of like a paste like, and then that's where you stop and keep it covered so it doesn't dry out. Right now I'm weighing out roughly about 325 grams of lard. That's gonna be regular lard. You're just weighing it out, and then the next step is going to be cream this. The reason why you want to cream it, it makes the masa very creamy. It really makes a difference. But I'll use a stand mixer for this recipe. Just put in the stand mixer in a paddle attachment, rip it up to nice and creamy, and then you're gonna add your masa then little by little, incorporating that lard with your masa, and just beat it to nice and smooth and well blend. And also add chili powder to this masa, about a tablespoon or so of chili powder. Just adds that delicious flavor to it. It adds this more depth into it. And then once you mix in the stand mixer, then as you take it outside, set it aside and get ready to assemble the tamales. So guys, once you've done your tamale mixture, masa, you're gonna get the corn husks and dry them. You want to make these guys dry as possible. I'm using paper towels. Just do layers after layers of 2 corn husks, as you see, and layer them up. Right here I'm also setting up for tying the tamales up. Holds them together so you easily to put them in the steamer, and also to makes them look pretty. So nice. Right here to assemble the masa time is spread the masa with I'm using a spatula right here. You can use a spoon, your hands. I find this a little more easier. I could never get used to the spoon method, but spread a nice good even layer of masa. Throw some meat onto the middle of it. Be careful not to overfill, or it'll be more easy and harder to close it, or it kind of ruins the cooking time. You want to fold it in like so, fold in the ends, and then flip it over so it holds the that little fold, and then you're gonna go over it and then tie it a good knot, and you're pretty much done. Right there, your delicious tamales. Nice and pretty. So you're gonna do this, repeat the step, and then get your pot ready. I don't have a traditional steamer. As you see, they're kind of designed for tamales, but I'm using a pot with a little steamer basket. So you're gonna pour water just enough, you know what I'm saying, get it going, and then place your tamales. I have to kind of be careful because some of these tamales is a little too tall for my pot, so I kind of was fooling around with it, placing the tamales in there. And then a little trick right here, you're gonna see just a second, is get some of the corn husks and use that. That helps keep the moisture away, and also prevent the moisture to fall into your tamales, that little pocket hole, so it doesn't get soggy. And of course, endorse this delicious B-roll. Alright guys, there you have it, your delicious beef tamales. Hope you guys enjoy that cool little video right there. I know this video was a little long video, but I try to put most information for you guys of how to make tamales. But hope you guys enjoy. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you guys are new to my channel, hit that subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell to notify you guys for new videos that are to come. I got big plans for you guys this year. I'm trying to make a schedule for myself for you guys, so I could start pumping out more videos appropriately so you guys could watch them. And I just want to say thank you guys very much. So please guys, like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. And I hope I see you guys next time. Take care.